Essentially, I'm just on my break now. I'm sat down at a bench. It's a field nearby my workplace. I'm just making this video to essentially just speak about the situation, what's going on. In my last video, I said my plan on what I'm going to do. Since then, all that's happened is I've got a cell, 2 cells, and it's taught me a couple things. So, firstly, the amount of work it takes to actually get a cell it's eye-opening. I'm not making this video to complain about it. I mean, I did this whole journey. I started this role because I knew it was going to be hard work, but the skill I would get out of it would actually get me to get the skills, get me to get the income that I want overall. So what I learned overall from this past month is that whilst it's quite a lot, so essentially the way it works is you come in the morning, so like 9 for example today, and you leave at 6:30, and you get an hour break and you get 15-minute breaks in between, and you're expected to do at least 4 hours on the phone. But what I found out is that it typically it varies day to day because it determines who picks up, and you've got loads of data you have to call through. So essentially, I've averaged about 600 dials every day. There was one day I got 1,000 dials as well. So imagine that, 1,000 people you're calling, because you can't double dial either. So there's a lot of people you're calling. Yeah, and I've only managed to get 2 cells, and yeah, it's quite tough. But I do think there is actually skill involved that I am gaining from this. Like, I'm learning how to actually turn someone from logical brain to emotional brain, and actually counter their rebuttals. Yeah, so apologies, my phone just lost storage, so I'll be brief. So essentially, what I'm trying to take from this mainly is, rather than getting depressed and upset about how much rejection you get and how many dials you do, and it is mentally draining. There's a couple people that sit next to me that after every hang up or call, they're just like very emotionally reactive to that. Oh, I didn't want to speak to you anyway. Oh, fuck that. It's teaching me how important it is to keep your emotional calm, as well as, again, get people to think emotionally rather than logically. For example, when it comes to a price and they're thinking, let's say for example, there's a price they wanted for this specific thing, but the person you could actually get for the price, again, I don't want to disclose what I'm doing, so I'm trying to explain this without disclosing that. So essentially, if there's a higher price than what they was expecting, rather than saying, oh, but you're getting this much benefit from this, you want to try and make them think, what sort of impact would this have on your family, your loved ones, people you care about, if you get this. That's the sort of angle I need to take, because typically what I've been doing is, oh, this is the benefits you get, like logical thinking, logical selling, which is bad. So that's the main thing I'm taking away. So it's not all doom and gloom. Even though this job, I don't want to be here this time next year, I want to be out, but this is a great stepping stone. And anyone out there in a job similar to this, I think the best thing we can do is reframe our mindset to think, rather than, oh, I'm in such a terrible place, I'm so disappointed in myself for being here, rather think, I'm here for a reason. What am I going to extract out of this to get where I want to be? That's what I'm telling myself every day, to like stay positive and upbeat and keep on going. Because it's not about even, it's not really about the now, it's about where you're going. It's about the trajectory sort of thing. That's what I believe. But it's a short one today. That's what I wanted to mention. And again, this is it. Look, recording videos, I mean, it's helping me look back and see where my mindset was at, 6 months down the line. If I'm feeling, depressed or angry about where I'm at, I can look back and see where my mindset was. On top of that, it's teaching me how to communicate better. So there's so many benefits to doing this. But I'm going to get back to the office now. I've had my break. I went 20 minutes over because I was 20 minutes over on a call trying to get them to buy. But I'm going to head back now. Thank you for watching.